So welcome Clearly Essential team. I'm Robyn, and we're going to start with herbs and wood oils tonight. And I had a quick question to see if you guys, if anyone who's on, I know Deborah's on tonight, but I wanted to ask if you guys would just share with me if you have any specific questions regarding these two classifications tonight, herbs and woods, and also, not herbs, flowers and woods, my bad, florals and woods. If you have any specific questions you want me to make sure and go over, and then if you'll share your favorite either floral or wood oil or both. So I'll unmute you and you can go ahead.
Okay, I think my favorite wood oil would be the Siberian fir or white fir. I just love that. Flowers, I don't really know. I'm not so much a flowery person as I am more the woodsy smells. And I also love Cyprus. I think that does wonderful for circulation, inflammation. So those are the two I use the most.
Yeah. And did you have any specific questions?
Not that I can think of. As you go along, I may. If I do, I'll write them down. How's that?
Okay, that sounds great. And we can go over that at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and open this up. And I've got to share my screen first here. Okay, and then we'll get started. All right, so again, this is floral, wood, resin, and root oils, and this is series 3. This is part 3 of a 3-part series of oil classifications, and we did some history in the beginning of this series too. And the first one was done by Kelly Tuck, and the second one was Crystal Garvin. And my name's Robyn Langdon, and I'm happy to walk through this with you guys and help you. I'm having some little bit of technical difficulties because I was looking for my notes here that Crystal gave me, and I'm trying to pull that up, and I can't. So what I'm going to do is just go through and kind of read through the slides with you guys, and if you have any questions as we go, then I can help you with that as well. So we'll start with the FDA disclaimer that we always do. The statements contained in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration and is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. And so we're going to talk about floral oils first. And this is a list of our floral oils: Clary Sage, Geranium, Helichrysum, Jasmine, Lavender, Neroli, Roman Chamomile, Rose, and Ylang Ylang. And you guys remember that Jasmine, Neroli, and Rose are brand new to us in the touch form as of convention. So let's start with Clary Sage. Clary Sage is one of my favorites. It's great for hormonal balance. That's what I usually use it for. But it's really nice in a lot of different diffuser blends that I use too. So you can diffuse Clary Sage to promote feelings of relaxation and prepare for a restful night's sleep. And you can take 1 to 2 drops in a veggie cap to help to calm the nervous system. You can rub 3 to 5 drops on the abdomen during your menstrual cycle for a soothing massage. And you can add it to shampoo or hair conditioner to promote healthy hair and scalp. And this, the Clary Sage oil comes from the flower part of the plant, and that makes sense. Next, we have geranium, and you can use geranium in a steam facial to beautify the skin. So basically what that is that you get some hot, almost boiling water so that it's steaming, and you put a few drops of geranium in it, and then you kind of get a towel and make a little tent over the bowl and steam up your face with that geranium. That's a wonderful way to beautify your skin. You can also add a drop of geranium to your moisturizer. Geranium is great for both dry and oily hair, and I've used it on my hair before. You can apply a few drops to your shampoo or conditioner bottle and make your own deep hair conditioner with geranium. You can diffuse it aromatically for a calming effect, and it does come from the flower and leaf part of the plant. And I have a funny story about geranium. I didn't look at my stickers correctly, and I thought it was grapefruit, and I put a few drops of geranium in my water, and I took a big swig of it. And Deborah's making the exact face I made when I took a drink of that. It was horrible. So some people don't mind the taste of geranium, but for me it was awful. And I actually like the smell of it. It's just not very good to taste. So don't try that at home, especially if you don't think that you'll like it. You can take it in a veggie cap, though. That's a great way to take it internally. All right, and then Helichrysum. I'm just going to move this a little bit and try to minimize that little thumb there. Helichrysum is great to apply topically and reduce the appearance of blemishes. You can apply it to your face and reduce the appearance of wrinkles and to promote a glowing, youthful complexion. You can massage it into your temples and the back of your neck for a soothing sensation, and it does come from the flower part of the plant, of the Helichrysum plant. This one is super great for just like a first aid oil. If you have stuff on your skin, like if you get a cut or a bruise, Helichrysum's great for that as well. And then it's also great for the circulatory system, and when you have a bleed, it can help your blood to clot a little bit better. Okay. My slide isn't changing. All right, sorry about that. Jasmine touch. So jasmine is valued for its calming properties and positive effect on the nervous system. And so it's very soothing. You can apply it to the bottoms of your feet and the pulse points to give an uplifting mood. It evokes feelings of joy, peace, and self-confidence, and it promotes a healthy looking and glowing complexion. It does come from the flower. And I will add it's also helpful for the circulatory system in helping to balance healthy blood pressure levels. And that's actually what my mom's using it for right now. And I really like jasmine as a perfume. It's really nice as a perfume as well, just to wear it straight on your wrists and your pulse points, not only to uplift your mood, but to smell beautiful too. And let's talk about lavender. So lavender is really common. Most of us understand what lavender is and does, but just to go through the basics, you can add a few drops to your pillows or bedding for your bottoms of your feet at bedtime to relax and get ready for sleep. And you can keep a bottle on hand to soothe the occasional skin irritations. I like using it on any kind of rashes or hives or cuts or burns that I have. And it's great to have on hand for my kids as well. You can freshen your linen closet, mattress, car, or the air by combining lavender with water in a spray bottle. You can just spritz that wherever you want to refresh. And then you can also take lavender internally to reduce anxious feelings. And it does come from the flower part of the plant. I also like using lavender as a pillow spray, so it mentioned that. And it is one of our ingredients in Tri-Ease to help with seasonal allergies. All right, so Neroli Touch is actually my favorite floral oil. When I first smelled it at convention, I thought it was amazing. And I was just astonished at the fragrance of it. It had a very relaxing and awe-inspiring fragrance when I smelled it. You can combine neroli, lavender, ylang-ylang, and marjoram essential oils for a relaxing and aromatic massage experience. You can apply it to pulse points throughout the day to uplift your mood, and you can use it for anxious feelings as well. It comes from the flower part of the plant. And I really have been recommending neroli a lot for new moms, for pregnant mamas, and for that postpartum feelings, and just to relax and calm new moms, because sometimes they're very stressed out with the new baby. So it's very helpful for that as well. And Roman chamomile is also a flower oil. And you can add a couple drops to your favorite moisturizer, shampoo, or conditioner. It's great for your skin and your hair. You can add a couple drops to herbal teas or hot drinks to relax and to get ready for sleep. It's very calming and just relaxing and soothing. You can diffuse it or apply it to the bottoms of your feet at bedtime. And it has a calming effect on the skin, mind, and body. It also supports healthy immune function. Rose Touch oil is fantastic. So we love having our rose oil. Now, we've wanted it for a long time, and now we get it. You can put it on your pulse points to uplift your mood throughout the day. You can use on areas of concern to reduce the appearance of skin imperfections. So use that twice a day. You can apply it to your neck and wrist for a personal fragrance, and it does come from the flower. It takes a lot of flowers to make even one small bottle of rose oil, and so that's why it's so very precious. And it is excellent for your immune system, if you didn't know that. So it really helps protect your body from environmental threats, and it can also help with skin threats as well. So threats to your skin that cause rashes and irritations. So rose oil is fantastic for that. Ylang-ylang is also a flower, and you can use that as a part of your Epsom salt bath. And you can refresh your skin with aromatherapy, steam facial, that steam facial where you put the tent over your head with a towel and you steam that up into your face. Ylang-ylang is great as a sweet perfume, and you can add it to coconut oil for your hair conditioner too. It's great for your hair. For antioxidant support, you can take it internally in a capsule would be good. And it's also fantastic for your circulatory system. So helping, again, like Jasmine, to balance those blood pressure levels. It does come from the flower part of the ylang-ylang plant. And we get ylang-ylang from Madagascar. So there's some great co-impact sourcing videos that you can watch about ylang-ylang and the people and how it helps Madagascar. So I love this one. It is fantastic for sleep. It's also great for intimacy with your partner. If you didn't know that already, it produces a nice desire and libido, and it's really great for that. So wonderful oil for a variety of things. Okay, next we're going to talk about the wood and resin oils. So Arbor vitae, birch, cedar wood, copaiba, cypress, Douglas fir, frankincense, juniper berry, myrrh, petitgrain, sandalwood, and Siberian fir are all considered part of our wood oils or tree oils. So let's talk about Arbor vitae. Hopefully you guys have tried this one and really enjoy it. I do. And so it's really nice to have on hand for immune support. You can add a few drops to a spray bottle with water and spray on the surfaces or hands to protect against environmental threats. And I know some people who don't prefer the fragrance of On Guard, or for some reason they might have a sensitivity to things like cinnamon. And so Arbor vitae is a fantastic alternative for that immune support and antioxidants. So it comes from the Arbor vitae tree in Canada, and they up there, the Native Americans call it the tree of life. And it's amazing how it can fall and for dozens of years doesn't even start to degrade in the forest. It kind of just stays like it is and doesn't break down, and that's just because it is that tree of life, and it has those great antioxidant, and it doesn't kind of disintegrate and degrade in the forest. So that's kind of amazing. And it's also a great insect repellent, so you can diffuse that in your home or put it on your skin when you're hiking or out and about. You can mix a few drops of Arbor vitae oil and a couple drops of lemon for a natural wood preservative and polish. So you can polish your wood with that, and it is a wood part of the plant. So the birch oil is something that we generally get from convention kits. If you've gotten a convention kit before, you know what birch smells like. To me, it sort of smells like wintergreen, and it has some similar anti-inflammatory and pain relieving benefits to it as wintergreen does. So you can massage it into your back and legs for a cooling sensation after exercise. You can put a few drops of birch on a cotton ball and place it in your gym bag to mask the odor, and you can apply it to your skin to help reduce the appearance of blemishes. And it does come from the bark part of the plant. So birch is super amazing, and I actually think it's my favorite if I ever have an injury to my ankles or knees. It's great for those tendons. So if you've never tried it before on strained or pulled or sprained tendons, I highly recommend trying birch, and you can mix it with lemongrass or deep blue, but it's amazing on my knees after a hard hike or workout. So birch is my favorite for that, actually. So next we have cedarwood, and so you can diffuse cedarwood to create a relaxing environment. You can add it to your facial routine. You can add a couple drops to your toner or moisturizer to promote clear and healthy looking skin. You can put a drop on a cotton ball and place it in your closet to keep the moths away. It's a natural insect repellent, so you can keep the insects away that way. And it is awesome and amazing just for relaxing and sleep. So if you want to help with sleep, it's good to diffuse, or you can apply it topically to the bottoms of your feet or wherever you like to put it. So Copaiba is one of our brand new oils, and it is awesome to use Copaiba for a variety of things. I hope you guys are enjoying it if you have it, and if you don't yet, don't worry, it will be available again on November 7th is the latest news. So if you've noticed that it's out of stock, don't worry about that. It's coming back, I promise. And they gave us a little bit of an update on Monday. So they told us that it will be back in stock on November the 6th. So watch for those, and watch for that to come back, So Copaiba is great for a variety of things. You can add a couple drops of water or tea to support the health of your cardiovascular, immune, digestive, nervous, and respiratory system. So look how many systems this oil is good for. Your heart, it's good for your immunity, your digestive system, your nervous system, and even your lungs and respiratory system. It provides antioxidant support when it's ingested, so that's going to help your immunities. And you can take it internally to help soothe and calm the nervous system, and it can ease discomfort and promote a healthy inflammatory response. And it does come from the resin part of the plant. And let's see, unfortunately, that slide didn't work. I tried to add the slide that Dr. Hill showed us about Copaiba and how it affects the endocannabinoid system. So I'm just going to go back and maybe I'll just talk about it if I can. Actually, let me see if I can find it because I had it on my computer here, and I'll see if I can pull it up here. All right, so this is the CB1 and CB2 receptors in the endocannabinoid system. So in this system in your body, it's called the endocannabinoid system, and you have a couple different receptors. It has to do with your nervous system. Can you see that okay? Give me a thumbs up, Deborah, if you can see that on my computer. You can't see it? Okay. Let me do a different screen share and see if you guys can see this. Can you see anything now? Okay. All right, so here's the endocannabinoid system. It has a CB2 receptor and CB1 receptor, and that has to do with your nervous system. So your brain and your central nervous system are affected by the CB1 receptor, and then your endocrine and immune receptors or systems are influenced by the CB2 receptors. Okay, and so when we go through to this, then you can see how this affects your body because of those different systems. So let me see if I can get to the next picture. I'm going to close that one. Okay. All right, now are you back to me now? Okay, I'm going to share my, let me pull this one up and then I can share my screen again. Just a second. Okay. Oops. Can you see that? Okay. I'm going to try to pull it up a little bit there so we can see this. So the cannabidiol, tetrahydrocannabinol, and beta-caryophyllene are all different compounds that can influence the endocannabinoid system in your body. And they attach to those different receptors and they can affect your body in different ways. So just a little spoiler alert, Copaiba is part of the beta-caryophyllene or BCP family of cannabinoids. But CBD or cannabidiol, CBD oil, a lot of people talk about that, is present in low quantities or not at all in certain plants. And the CBD does not act directly on either of the CB receptors. So it's actually an indirect part of that whole system. It affects it indirectly. So THC interacts with both CB1 and CB2 receptors, and for that reason that it affects your brain, that CB1 receptor, it can stimulate psychoactive effects. And oil containing THC is a regulatory and legal challenge. So just because of why it affects your brain in that psychoactive way, it can also cause things like drowsiness and things like that that aren't always desired. We see that BCP or beta-caryophyllene is a much better choice when it comes to influencing your endocannabinoid system. So it does not affect the CB1 receptor, and it has the same benefits therapeutically as other cannabinoids do. And the BCP has direct interaction with the CB2 receptor, and there are therapeutic amounts present in our Copaiba essential oil. So that's really great news as well. Okay, now I'm going to try to get to one other slide here. Give me just one more second to open up this one. Thank you for your patience. I've almost got this ready. So I'm going to do one more screen share and show you this picture. So this is great because, can you see that? Okay, good. Thank you for your help, Deborah. So we see that Copaiba essential oil, because it does affect the CB2 receptors in your endocannabinoid system, can affect a lot of different parts of your body and be a great therapeutic benefit. So it helps with liver and antioxidant support. It's great for your cardiovascular health, so your heart and your blood vessels, all of that is great for that. It's great to sustain proper immune response. And so if you struggle with having a low or compromised immune system, or some autoimmune difficulties, Copaiba is going to be an excellent choice for you. And also for digestive support. So if you have digestive issues, taking this internally or even topically on your abdomen is going to be a great choice. It also definitely supports that proper neurological function. So we talked about the nervous system, that endocannabinoid system is part of your nervous system. So all of that stuff on the previous slide is going to be how it's going to help you in a therapeutic benefit, and it does promote good respiratory function as well. So many wonderful benefits from Copaiba just affecting your body in so many beautiful ways, and so I just love it for that reason. Let's go back to our slideshow and see if we can get that going again. Okay, we'll start it from here. And so we've got Copaiba, and we talked about how you can benefit from there. And it can help ease discomfort and promote healthy inflammatory response, and just soothing that pain because of your nervous system, just calming that down if the nerves are firing too much or too often, going to help with that a lot. So let's move on to Cyprus. So Cyprus is great for your circulatory system. And prior to a long run, you can apply it to your feet and legs for an energizing boost. It promotes healthy circulation. You can mix it with grapefruit and fractionated coconut oil for an invigorating massage. And that's also a great way to fight cellulite if that's something that you struggle with, just to smooth those places of your body out. I've used it before for that. You can add a couple drops to your toner to help improve the appearance of oily skin. It's wonderful for that. And it comes from the leaf part of the plant. So Douglas fir is great wood oil as well. You can combine it with wild orange, lemon, or bergamot in a diffuser to freshen the air, uplift the mood, and promote focus. You can mix it with eucalyptus and rub it in your hands and inhale deeply to promote clear airways and breathing. You can combine it with a couple drops of wintergreen for a relaxing massage, and it comes from the branch and leaf parts of the tree. And Douglas fir, I know, is from, excuse me, I just had the country that it's from. Do you guys know? Unmute yourself if you do. It's on the tip of my tongue. Okay, I'll remember it in just a minute. I'm sorry. I totally know where it's from, and I just can't remember it right now. What'd you say, Deborah? Let me unmute you, if I can. What'd you say?
Wasn't it taking over the forest wherever it was growing?
Yes, it was.
I'm trying to think of where it was.
It's not Australia.
Mm-mm.
It's near there, though.
Mm.
Okay, I'm going to move on. Watch me remember in just a minute. It's so silly. Okay. Douglas fir is great just for uplifting the mood. I love it this time of year, just how it sort of smells sort of like Christmas. It's got a nice, sweet, piney smell to it. Okay, so frankincense is one of our favorites, our favorite resin oil. You can ingest it, support healthy cellular function, and its aroma promotes feelings of relaxation. It helps reduce the appearance of skin imperfections when applied topically. It supports a healthy immune, nervous, and digestive function when taken internally, and it does come from the resin part of the plant. And so a lot of people, including Dr. Hill, recommends putting a couple drops or 1 drop of frankincense under your tongue every day, just to support your healthy cells and to protect the DNA of your cells. Also just to have overall just wonderful help because it helps your whole body and every system of your body. So it's wonderful for so many things, and I really love it actually for focus and concentration when I'm needing to read something or pray or things like that. It's a great anointing oil too. If you ever pray over someone and want to anoint them with oil, I like using frankincense. So juniper berry, let me go back to frankincense because we can talk about where it's from. So frankincense is from Somalia or Somaliland, and we have a great partnership with the people on the ground there who are growing our frankincense and distilling it. And so we have helped them as well because we support their community with a school, and we wanted to partner with them and help them in the ways that they need. And so they said, well, we could really use our school for our kids. And so we said, that's great. We want to provide a school for your kids, but we want you to let your girls go to school too. And so they thought about it for a minute because they've never let their girls go to school. It's only been boys that could go to school. And they said, okay, we'll let our girls go to school. So for the first time in Somalia and Somaliland, because of our partnership with them and how they appreciate doing business with us, and we appreciate the partnership and the co-impact sourcing we can do with them, the girls are getting a wonderful education now, and that makes me feel good. That's where frankincense comes from. So juniper berry, is a great one. I love this one. It's wonderful for sleep. I always think about it for sleep and kidneys or urinary tract. So, and it's also good for your skin too, like for blemishes and acne. So you can put a couple drops in a capsule and take it internally to support a healthy kidney and urinary tract function. So if you ever have problems with your urinary tract or your kidneys, think of juniper berry. You can add it to a face mask or as a natural skin toner. And it's great for blemishes as well. And it also is a great cleansing and detoxifying agent. It's good for sleep too, so diffuse it at nighttime for good sleep. It's a great relaxing oil. So myrrh is a really fantastic one. And myrrh is another one that, sort of like frankincense, we have to source it very well and carefully. Myrrh, if you've ever had it before, if you had a bottle before and you haven't used it in a while, your bottle's gonna get sealed shut. Don't worry, it's normal because of it comes from a resin part of the tree, and because it's very thick, it can actually make the bottle stick shut. So you can just run it under some hot water or just even apply some fractionated coconut oil, and it should help it to open right up. And you can actually clean the top of it if you want with either fractionated coconut oil or just a little bit of vinegar on a cotton ball. So there's a little handy tip for your myrrh bottle in case you haven't used it for a while and it gets stuck closed. Don't worry, that's normal. It's just the consistency of the oil. Every oil has a different consistency, a different density, and a different, mass, I guess you would say. So it has powerful cleansing properties, especially for the mouth and throat. So while you might think of clove or on guard for if you have a sore throat, that's fantastic. But I actually like to add myrrh as well when I have a sore throat, or if I have something going on in my mouth, like a sore or something like that. It's great just to swish with that in a little water, or to do some oil pulling. If you've ever done oil pulling with coconut oil, is a great choice as well. It's great for your teeth and your gums too. So when you think of your mouth, something going on with your mouth, you can think about myrrh as well. It's great for soothing the skin and promoting a youthful looking complexion. And I like to tell people this is the one that Queen Esther used as beauty treatment. So it goes back even to Bible times. So if it was good for them, it's good for me, right? It promotes emotional balance and well-being when it's diffused, and it comes from the resin part of the tree. So let's talk about petitgrain. This is a fairly new oil. We just got it last year in 2016 to doTERRA. It comes from the bitter orange tree in Paraguay. And the other part we also use as neroli, which we talked about earlier. So neroli is the flower part of this tree, and petitgrain comes from the leaf and twig. And I heard someone say earlier that it's beautiful when you use petitgrain and neroli together in a blend. It's almost like you're bringing the plant back together, and you're getting the therapeutic benefits of the whole plant when you use them together. So I like the idea of that. You might try that at home sometime soon. So petitgrain supports the healthy cardiovascular, so your heart and your immune system when taken internally. It helps ease feelings of tension and calm the nervous system and promotes restful sleep. You can add a few drops of petitgrain along with lavender or bergamot to the pillows and bedding for an aromatic benefit, and it comes from the leaf and twig. And we think of this as lavender, so the same benefits and their kind of chemical makeup as lavender is similar to petitgrain. So if you have people in your life who don't prefer the fragrance of lavender, have them try petitgrain. I've been noticing that people who say, oh, I hate the smell of lavender, that I'll give them petitgrain to try, and they're like, oh, this smells so good. And kind of the opposite, like most people who like lavender, they don't really care for the fragrance of petitgrain. So it's sort of weird how that works out. And a lot of men don't prefer lavender. They think it's kind of feminine, and petitgrain is a nice alternative for that. So when you think of lavender and petitgrain, think of them having similar therapeutic benefits. And we have two kinds of sandalwood at doTERRA. We have sandalwood that comes from India, and we have Hawaiian sandalwood. And just a little side note, we definitely do all of the responsible sourcing when it comes to sandalwood in both countries, and so we want to make sure we're taking care of the trees where we get our sandalwood. A lot, actually, I read that a lot of the sandalwood oil we get from Hawaii is from trees that have already fallen down, and so we're kind of helping the environment by clearing those out and making something good out of them. So sandalwood promotes healthy looking smooth skin and reduces the appearance of scars and skin imperfections. It enhances the mood and is frequently used for grounding and uplifting properties. So it's a wood oil, and I really think it has very vanilla-like smell. And so if you're making a diffuser blend and you want it to have sort of a vanilla undertone, you might add a drop of sandalwood. It's really, really beautiful. So Siberian fir is our new alternative to white fir. So we had white fir before, and that was it was becoming a sourcing problem with white fir, and we were kind of running low and running out of it. So doTERRA is so good to us. Instead of just canceling that altogether or making it out of stock, they found a wonderful and even better alternative for us in Siberian fir. So this is very similar in fragrance, I noticed, to the white fir. And you mentioned it's one of your favorites, right, Deborah? So I love it too. It has just a very Christmas tree-like smell to me. Anyways, that's what it smells like. One of the great benefits of Siberian fir over white fir is that you can take it internally, whereas before when we were talking about white fir, we weren't recommending it. So it is recommended to take internally, and so all of those benefits, like we talk about when it comes to muscle discomfort and joint pain, when it comes to inflammation and things like that, that we were using white fir topically, we can also now use Siberian fir topically or internally. So that's a really wonderful choice too. It helps balance emotions, soothe anxious feelings. It's a relaxing aroma. You can provide a great massage that's soothing if you add it to that. And after strenuous activity, you can massage it into your skin for soothing comfort. It comes from the needle and twig part of the plant. So now we're going to talk about our root oils. And let's see, does anybody know where that picture is taken? I'll unmute you, and then you can take a guess. Crystal or Deborah, do you know? Hi, Crystal. I didn't see you there. Are you there? Okay, so this picture is actually taken in Haiti, and the root oil that we're going to talk about is vetiver, or one of them. So vetiver and spikenard are our root oils. This is a spikenard root here. When we distill it, spikenard turns green. Have you guys seen it green out of the bottle in your hand? Spikenard's awesome. So let's talk about spikenard first. It has an uplifting aroma and promotes feelings of calmness and relaxation. It's frequently used for its grounding properties, and it's purifying to the skin. You can create a personalized fragrance by combining spikenard with clove, cypress, frankincense, geranium, juniper, berry, lavender, myrrh, wild orange, and vetiver. That's a lot of them there. That personalized fragrance. I actually made a gratitude blend because spikenard is the oil of gratitude, if you didn't know that before. And I put, what did I put in it? I put spikenard, wild orange, which is the oil of abundance and thankfulness. And I put lavender, which is the oil of communication. And so it's good when we communicate our gratitude, isn't it? And then I also put lemon, which is the oil of light and refreshing. So I thought that was a really beautiful blend. So you should try it in the diffuser if you can. Spikenard is wonderful for a lot of different benefits. It comes from Nepal, and they have to literally like climb up a mountain and pull the roots out in Nepal and harvest it that way. They have to dry out the roots, and climbing down the mountain is actually very dangerous and slippery, so they have to be very experienced and very careful when they do that. But this, a lot of the women in Nepal, this is their work and this is what they do. And as we source spikenard, we are supporting those women in Nepal as they support their families. So that feels good that we get to do that and help them in that co-impact way. And we're actually working on cultivating spikenard, so making sure that we don't harvest all of it without putting some of it back in the ground. We have to put 10% back so it'll regrow. And we're working on finding ways to cultivate it so that we can have plenty coming in the future, because right now it was just wild sourced. And so we're going to try sourcing it even better and producing more jobs that way too. And vetiver comes from Haiti. So I've actually been on mission to Haiti 2 times. And so vetiver is really close to my heart. I love that we have this oil and that we can use an oil from Haiti. We also have some really amazing benefits from vetiver. You can add a couple drops to tea or hot drinks during the winter time for your immune support. You can use it as a massage oil to calm the emotions. You can use it in a bath with a few drops of vetiver for deep relaxation. You can, if it's too thick and it's hard to get out of the bottle, you can put a toothpick in to help get the desired amount if it's not coming out of the bottle, right? That's a little tip. It does come from the root part of the plant. It takes 15 men, it takes 15 men 5 days to harvest enough vetiver plants to make, I think it's just 1 liter. So it takes a lot of work and a lot of plants and a lot of time to get our vetiver oil. It's very precious to us. And one of the co-impact sourcing stories are for vetiver. You can watch this video on source2u.com if you haven't already. But when we grow the vetiver, we notice that the people who are sourcing it to us have a hard time getting clean drinking water. And they have to walk about an hour and a half each way to get their water, and it's not even very clean. So what we did is we decided that we were going to dig them a well in that community. So now they have clean drinking water right in their community, and they don't have to walk for it, and it's safe to drink. And so that's just one of the examples of co-impact sourcing that doTERRA does all around the world, and that feels good to be a part of something like that, doesn't it? Okay, so here's the oil chemistry wheel that you've seen before. You can download this on doTERRA.com, and if you just do a search of the oil chemistry wheel, this will pull up, and you'll be able to print it if you want to hang it up in your office or in your home somewhere. But basically, it gives us kind of where the oils land chemically. And so you'll notice that a lot of the wood oils land in these esters and monoterpenes over here in this gray section. I'll try to mouse over it. So Siberian fir, all of these are the wood oils, not all of them, like rosemary's and herb. Cardamom's not, but many of the wood oils have a lot of esters and monoterpenes in it. And with that monoterpene backbone, we can see those are very restoring therapeutically. And these oils down here, like Douglas fir, fall into the monoterpenes, and that's uplifting. And so you can just go through and see where the oils are. And so like rose is falls in the alcohol section of that's the chemical makeup of it, and it is clarifying. So rose and geranium are both that. So this is a great wheel just to have on hand to figure out like what the different oils are and how they work and what they do. Okay, and here's some resources that we've used to have this PowerPoint put it together. And that is the end of our slideshow. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the screen share and pull this up full screen if I can. And I put it on gallery view so that I can see you guys. Okay, and so if you want to unmute and just give me like any feedback or questions that you had as we went along, and if you had anything else, that would be great.
I don't think I have anything. You covered it very well.
All right, thank you. There's a lot of information to go over.
There's a lot. The slides were good.
Yeah, Crystal made those slides for me. She's awesome.
She's good.
She had notes for me too, but
it's good. I don't have any questions.
Which oils that we talked about do you feel like you use most in your home?
Oh, I use vetiver and diffuse that at night.
Oh, that's nice.
So frankincense I use every day. Juniper berry I do at night. I've started using the Copaiba, or however you say it.
Copaiba, yeah.
I like that. So yeah, I tend towards the woods oils more. Yeah.
I like them too. Balance is my favorite.
Actually, that's mine too. I love balance. That's my absolute favorite.
Yeah, we're the balance sisters.
Sounds good. I appreciate your help, sweetie.
My pleasure. Thanks for hopping on here. I'm glad you did. Does anybody else have any other questions or comments? All right. Well, I think we'll close out that for now and we'll stop the recording. But thank you so much for your time and we'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye.